A Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makakodash. A double honor to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone who taught us the truth and who rule well. A peace, love, salutations, and mercy be unto the hopeful elect. The Pentagon, pretty much released 3 videos, showing that what they now call unknown aerial phenomena, or UAPs, exist, in which they went by the old title of unidentifiable flying objects, which is a UFO, which they're able to identify them. They're not unknown to them. They're acting as if, or were acting as if, these were just random occurrences, but they have these billion or trillion dollar telescopes, so they can see exactly what's out there. Now, more of them are manifesting themselves at this moment, and someone that's wise will begin to question and say, okay, well, look, why are they manifesting themselves as much? And also, why are they being seen in a particular region of the earth more than they've been seen anywhere else? In which the main place where chariots are being seen the most are here within America. And the reason of that is, the scripture says within the book of Amos, and I want to say that's Amos, the 8th chapter. Maybe that's 9 and 8. But don't worry, I'll get it. It says, behold, the eyes of Yahweh power are upon the sinful kingdom. And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said Yahweh. Now, what is the sinful kingdom? The sinful kingdom is this place, which is known as America, which is known as Babylon the whore, which is spiritually known as Sodom, which is spiritually known as Egypt. This is the place that is the sinful kingdom, and the eyes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai are upon this place. Now, the eyes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai are who? It's the angels. And what is the angels use to travel around in as a method of travel, as a method, to get to and fro? Even the demons on the left-hand side uses these vehicles. Even Satan uses these vehicles. Matter of fact, when you go over to the book of Job, and the Lord asked Satan, where are you coming from? Satan said, I'm coming from, to and fro, and from walking up and down in the earth. In Job 1 and 7, it says, and Yahweh said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down it. Now, how can you walk up and down in the earth? You have to have something to travel in. And what is that? That is what is known today as a UAP, an unknown aerial phenomena. In which these chariots are going to enter into the thief and the robber, or the thief and the liar, rather, as it states within the book of Zechariah. And they're going to cut them off. The reason that these chariots are manifesting themselves even more now is because this place is getting ready to be judged, and the sign of them marks the second coming of Yahushua, in which those signs of the chariots is one of the signs that lets you know that we're in the end of the world. And the end of this world constitutes what? The end of Esau Edom. And as it states within 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, verse 9, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Matthew's the 24th chapter, verse 3, the disciples asked Yahushua, what shall be the sign of the end of the world in your coming? All right, what shall be the sign of the end of the world? The word world there meaning ayan, which means age. So the end of this age will be marked with signs in the sky. It will be marked with signs of intelligent beings from, what they would say from another planet or aliens. But yet they are angels of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And they're being seen over this place, this sinful place, all right, because this is a place of judgment. So Yahushua is getting ready to come back. Now, I have a commentary from Matthew Henry. And this just goes to show you that even Edomites know that even Edomite Christians know that the clouds are not, actual clouds, but they're chariots that are within the clouds, that are hiding themselves within the clouds. So this devil goes on to say, it says, we should set ourselves to meditate frequently upon the second coming of Mashiach and keep it in the eye of our faith and expectation. John speaks as if he saw that day. Behold, he cometh. All right. As sure as if you had beheld him with your eyes. It says he cometh with clouds, which are his chariots and pavilion. So the clouds are what? The clouds are the chariots. All right, which these chariots is the salvation for the nation of Israel. Reading on, it says he will come publicly. Every eye shall see him. The eyes of his people, the eyes of his enemies, every eye, yours and mine. He will come to the terror of those who have pierced him and have not repented, and of all who have wounded and crucified him afresh by their apostasy from him, and to the astonishment of the pagan world. And it should say to the astonishment of Esau, Edom. All right, because they're the ones that are in power. All right, and they're the ones that are the main adversary of Yahushua and of the nation of Israel. But as you can see, the chariots is what Yahushua is coming in, man. There's a particular scripture that comes to mind, and this is dealing with the Most High Heavenly Father. This is Psalms 18, verse 9. It says, he bowed the heavens also and came down, and darkness was under his feet, and rode upon the cherub and did fly. Yeah, he did fly upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his secret places. His pavilion round about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. And the brightness that was before him before him, his thick clouds passed, hailstone and coals of fire. So you got those chariots that hide out in the clouds, but they're not actual clouds. The clouds is just a similitude for what they truly are. And let me grab this real fast. All right, because the scripture mentions Salakia. Bear with me. This is actually the book of Hosea, the 12th chapter in the 10th verse, which reads, it says, I have also spoken by the prophets and have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets. So a similitude is a word that is used to replace another word. The word there is dama, and it says to be like, resemble, to be like, resemble, like, compare, all right, to imagine, think, to make oneself like. So those chariots are used as a similitude for clouds because that's where they are. That's where they're seen. They're seen in the sky. So a cloud is just a similitude for an actual chariot. This is the book of Habakkuk 3 and 8. It says, was Yahweh displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea, that thou didst ride upon them, thine horses and thy chariots of salvation? The book of 2 Kings, the 2nd chapter, verse 12. And Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariots of Israel, and the horsemen thereof. And he saw him no more, and he took hold of his own clothes and rent it in pieces. And why was this? Well, Elisha saw, Elijah being taken up, into a whirlwind, into one of these chariots. These are the same vehicles that Yahushua is going to return in. These are the same vehicles that the angels travel around in. All right, in which these chariots are our salvation. This is how we're going to be delivered. And these chariots are going to be used to smite the wicked, to destroy and take down the wicked. So, let's see if I can find one more scripture. And this was pretty much, impromptu video. Bear with me if it seemed like I'm all over the place. Yahushua was caught up into one of these things, and it says that this is the same way that he will return. And matter of fact, this will be the last scripture that I end off on. This is the book of Matthew 24 and 30. It says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, and from one end of heaven even unto the other. So Yahushua is coming back in the clouds. He's coming back in these chariots. And these chariots are salvation. What you're seeing and what the Pentagon knows is out there, it's our salvation and it's their destruction. And these nations are going to take up arms to fight against Yahushua, but they're going to be humiliated. They can't fight against him. Neither can they fight against his father. So, hey, with that, I truly, truly hope this lesson has been edifying. Call hello, Yumla, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai. Double honors to our apostles and elders. Peace, love, salutation, and mercy be unto the hopeful elect. Hey, Abad, Babal, and Shalom.